Welcome YouTube family and welcome to another video of the Kevin Strong Show. And in this video, we're going to talk about blue collar jobs. There's one particular state that's doing some creative things to attract manufacturing jobs back in the United States. And we're going to take a look at some really good quality blue collar jobs that pay well and you do not need a degree. So don't overlook blue collar jobs. If you're new to my program, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe right now because I'm probably going to make you laugh. So you'll enjoy it. Comment and share because I care. Hit that bell notification so you are notified when I release my videos, which is typically once a week. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm calling this Built in the USA. So obviously back in the 1980s, there was a outflow, so to speak, of a lot of manufacturing jobs leaving the United States, going to South America and across seas. And it has been that way ever since. Recently, within the last couple of years, they've been starting to turn that around. There's one particular state where we're going to talk about in a few minutes that's really doing some creative things. And it also could be an opportunity when we look at one map to show you not only where affordable housing is going to be in the future, but opportunities to invest it from a real estate standpoint. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm really excited about this. So built, but will they come? So federal incentives are driving investments in the electric car industry. So EV is here, regardless if you want to embrace it or not. They put about $100 billion into the states, and states want a piece of that pie. So please believe it. Specifically, Ford Motor Company broke ground on a giant new plant near Memphis, Tennessee, that's slated to open in 2025. So coming around the corner, and turns out 500,000 electric trucks per year. Back in the mid 2010, when there was only a few thousand electric vehicles on the road in Tennessee, the state launched an initiative, Innovative Action. So this is the state we're going to talk about. Tennessee was ahead of the curve back in 2010. They basically made a proactive investment in their infrastructure and say, hey, we're going to set our business up or our state up to attract business. And more importantly, we're going to be at one of the forefronts of EV manufacturing in the United States. So the state of Tennessee has approved a $1 billion boost for technical colleges. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Very affordable. And in some cases, it's free. And they're even giving these kids a mentorship program so they can get skilled in some of these jobs that are going to be required to handle EV type of manufacturing jobs. Okay. Nissan became the state's EV pioneer when it started back out in Leaf here. That's about an hour outside of Nashville. And basically, they can't find enough workers even till today to basically handle the output, the need, the demand for people who have the skill set to work on and repair EV cars. So Tennessee cares about its future. Okay, Tennessee is offering free money for college. Remember in my previous video, I talked about all of these people have to come back and they're going to have to start paying their student loan debt back in the fall. Very sad situation. But hey, you got to pay to play. So how does free college tuition sound? Under Governor Bill Haslam, Tennessee started a program for high school seniors called Tennessee Promise. The program provides a free college education to any graduating senior in the state. Now, this is basically, I think, deals with community colleges and some technical colleges. I don't know if the program is still up and running, but I think they launched this a couple years ago. This is a great program because we are the only state in the country that can offer free community and technical college to any of our citizens. Okay. And they talk about this. This in itself might be worth, even if you graduate from high school, hell, relocate to the state of Tennessee, establish residency, get a job. Probably doesn't take that long to get to be considered a resident of the state of Tennessee, and voila, maybe you got an opportunity to jump into some of this, right? It's called Tennessee Promise Program, provides 2 years of free tuition to any of Tennessee's community colleges or colleges of applied technology, as well as a handful of 4-year universities. So like I said, I don't know if this is still rolling, but I know Tennessee is very active in cutting costs and coming up with innovative programs, cost-cutting innovative programs, because they're trying to attract people in this particular job market. There are no income requirements or GPA requirements. The only requirement is that you are graduating from a Tennessee high school and that you have lived here for at least 1 year. So let me go ahead and retract that back. Obviously, you can't graduate from high school, move to Tennessee, and be eligible for this program. But this is something that, hey, if you've got a particular family that has a remote job and you're looking to relocate and possibly reduce or cut tuition costs for your children, this might be a viable option for you, something to consider. So here's something I want to talk about: good jobs and cheaper housing. As you can see, this is a planned battery plant capacity in North America map, basically where they're planning to set up these battery plants for EV throughout the United States. And as you can see, there's a pretty much heavy concentration in the Midwest. Ironically, year to date, that is where the most affordable housing is. Ironically, year to date, that is where a lot of people are moving to because of the affordability crisis. So here's the housing tip. As you can see here at the bottom left of this particular side where it says opportunities for real estate investors. There's a plant that's getting ready to be built outside of Memphis in 2025, right? That's going to put out 500,000 batteries or something for EV trucks. If there is an implosion or a housing crisis, which I think we're about to experience the latter half of this year, a lot of this area is going to go down in value in terms of the housing prices. It could be a great opportunity for an investor or for primary residency to jump in that market, because once the market picks back up and some of these plants are up and running, it's going to bring in businesses, it's going to bring in population, and home values in those areas around those plants will increase in value. So if you get it at the right time in the next, let's say, 12 to 18 months in certain markets where they're starting to go down, right when these plants become viable and operational, you could hit that sweet spot where not only did you get a great deal, but you can also experience a lot of appreciation in a strong systemic job growth area because of all of these manufacturing plants are going to be built in the Midwest. So let's talk about some jobs that are blue collar jobs that typically don't require a lot of education. Air traffic controllers, the median annual salary is roughly $130,000. You can top out almost at $190,000 with experience, and you do not need a 4-year degree. A commercial pilot, everybody's been hearing about Delta and them reducing standards and things of that nature. The median annual salary there is about $200,000. You can top out at around $208,000. You don't need a degree. Airlines are craving for people to get the skill set required to fly commercial planes. Electrical and electronic repairs, $87,000. And you can't see here because I got my mouse here. What's the top end on this one? I think I forgot what it is. I think it's like 120,000 or something like that. There we go. And as you can see, just a high school diploma and a little bit of training. So let's go ahead and look at some more jobs. Elevator installer and repairer, $91,000. Annual salary tops out at $131,000. What do you need to get into that? An apprenticeship, and you don't need a 4-year degree. Power driver operators, medium annual salary around $76,000. And the annual salary for top earners around $113,000. It only requires training and on-the-job training, that type of thing. So power drivers are not something that you do in an adult film industry. Just kidding. It basically deals with construction. I told you, I can't go without telling the joke in my video. So anyway, power driver operators are construction-related type of occupations. And this other one down here, I forgot what it is. Oh, power plant operators, $83,000, and I forget what they top out at. And this is another job that just requires a high school diploma and on-the-job training, $110,000. So very interesting right there. So don't overlook blue collar jobs. There's a lot of good kind of jobs that are a lot of good blue collar jobs that are out there. Police officers was out there, depending upon what area of the country. Pretty much the Midwest and the South don't pay that well. The Pacific Northwest pays very well. there's sergeants in the state of Washington that are making close to $300,000 a year with overtime. So I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but as things become a little bit more tighter in the job market, you want to maybe look at some of these blue collar jobs because they are a good paying job with good benefits and provide you with a good quality of life. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you've got some good information. Don't overlook the Midwest. Don't overlook Tennessee. And don't overlook getting a skill set that deals with EV, because you might set yourself up for job security for a long, long time. I'm going to end the video with my famous slogan: keep your credit score up and your debt down. This was the Kevin Strong Show. Once again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so by smashing that like button and subscribing, hitting the bell notification so you are notified when I do release my videos, which is typically once a week. And I'll see you guys in the next one.